I'm using it right now and it's at 5%. This is the lowest, the dimmest that it will go. So if you asked me about bicolor lights a couple of years ago, I would have told you to steer clear of them. But now, well, let's just say technology is pretty amazing. So Golden Eagle sent over their V100 bi-colored LED light for me to check out. And honestly, I did not expect it to be this big. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm not used to getting like freaking huge packages like this one. So the Golden Eagle V100 is a 100 watt panel LED light that claims to be one of the most color accurate LED panels on the planet. And to be honest, I don't think they're wrong. With a CRI of 97 and a TLCI of 99, you can expect to capture true colors straight out of the camera. It features bicolor control with 100K color temperature increments from 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. It can be powered by the included AC adapter, MPF batteries, or a V-Lock battery, which is actually super duper handy. It also has a cooling fan which can be turned on and off to keep the noise as quiet as possible. And also features DMX connectors, not that I know anything about DMX though. It also comes with barn doors already attached to the actual light itself, which is perfect for shaping or flagging the light. Kind of like what I'm doing now, flagging it off the background of the set. Now the build quality of this thing is pretty solid. It has an all aluminum housing weighing in at 5.2 kilograms. So even though it can be portable, it does start to get heavy after a while if you're moving it around heaps. The design is really neat and tidy with a simple 2-scroller button system thing on the back that allows you to change the brightness from 5% all the way up to 100%, and the color temperature increments as well from 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. And currently, I'm using it right now and it's at 5%. This is the lowest, the dimmest that it will go, and it's still so bright. The LED screen on the back shows all this information as well as the battery level and DMX functions. But again, don't ask me about DMX functions. I don't know. It also comes in this padded carry case as well, which is perfect for storing or carrying it around. Like, this makes it so much easier. Now, one thing I really love about the screen on the back is that the battery meter isn't just your standard 4-bar display. So basically, as it gets lower and lower, each bar slowly dims. So you can kind of tell whether it's like kind of halfway through a bar or a full bar's gone, which is really handy because most things just drop a bar and then it's like 3 bars is anywhere between 75 and 51% battery. So you don't really know like kind of where you are in that. So when you're shooting, it's actually really practical. Now, the actual light this thing produces is really, really nice, as you can see right now. It has built-in diffusion, which softens the light a bit, but since the light source is quite big at 40 by 40 centimeter, the light this thing produces in close proximity is actually quite soft. So like right now, it's only, what, like a meter away from me, and I think the light source is quite nice. Now, it's obviously nowhere near as soft as having my massive Octabox that I usually have here, but again, like I would happily run this as a key light without any extra diffusion when I'm shooting my own content, like right now. The quality of the light, as they state, as one of the most color accurate LED panels on the planet, seems to be pretty legit. Like, I don't have any color accuracy tools to determine whether it is true or not, but like just looking at it and looking at the image that comes out of the camera, it looks so freaking good. Usually it's a bit more obvious if a light has a low color accuracy because you start getting some weird like magenta and green tints in the image, but this looks really, really good. Like I just apply my standard light and it just looks amazing straight away. Now, by far my favorite part of this light would have to be the fact that it's bicolor, and not only because you can obviously change the temperature from 3200 Kelvin to 5600 Kelvin in those 100K increments, but the fact that the brightness doesn't actually change all that much when doing so. So a bicolor light works by having half 3200K and half 5600K LEDs. And the light dims one set of LEDs to produce different color temperatures, obviously throughout that whole range. And when all the LEDs are on, it produces a color temperature somewhere in the middle of all those. But typically with bicolor lights, the brightness difference when changing the color temperature can be quite different. But on the Golden Eagle V100, it's only 1/3 of a stopper light dimmer from the edge temperatures to the middle, which is really cool. But now, why would you want a bicolored light in the first place? So typically, I shoot all my content at 5600K white balance on my camera with 5600K lights. That is because 5600K is around the color temperature of daylight in the middle of the day. So it's good to have lights to kind of like match that. But if you've ever shot at golden hour, you'll know the color of the sunlight is much warmer in most cases. Typically, it'll be around like 3000 Kelvin and looks freaking amazing. So let's say you wanted to replicate the look of golden hour in your videos. So you would need a light, obviously, that can produce a color temperature of around that 3000 Kelvin. Something like this, nice and warm. Look nice and tan, don't I? Plus the fact that you can do some really cool in-camera tricks that turn your image from this to this. Pretty cool, hey? Now this is achieved by setting the V100 to 3200K and also setting our camera white balance to 3200K as well. This then balances out that warm light color to be neutral, but cools down the background and gives us really cool, like nice teal orange look straight out of the camera. Seriously, like, how cool is this? Plus the fact that it's 100 watt, which is quite a bit of power for shooting indoors. Outdoors, it's not too bad, although it would still be better than having no lights at all. Now, if you want to see my full tutorial about doing that like in-camera teal orange with the bicolored light, I'll leave a link up here so you can go check it out, and I describe it in like a lot of detail and show you exactly how to do it. Now, a lot of people are always asking me about fan noise with lights, and the beauty of the V100 is that yes, it has fan noise, but it also has a switch to turn it off completely. So if you don't want noise, you just flick it and just gone. Now, obviously it'll produce way more heat with it off, but it allows you to have that option. So if you're gonna go for a take, then you turn it off. Then when you finish the take, you can turn it back on when you don't care about it being loud. But honestly, like when it's on, it's not even that loud anyway. Whoa. Now the only thing I wish this light had was some sort of Wi-Fi. Now I think I'm spoiled for choice because pretty much all my other lights have Wi-Fi, but like, oh, it's just so good having like, even just a remote, like a little remote that I can flick and turn it on and off. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, as for price, you'll pick up one of these for $409 US or around 550 Australian dollars, which is actually pretty decent considering that it's like 100 watt and it's bicolored, and the color accuracy is like really, really good. If you did enjoy this video, then consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to find out more about the Golden Eagle V100, then I'll leave a link down below. And as always, guys, stay creative and just be you. See ya.